Hello, today in this chapter we are going to learn about crops, crop production and management. We know our food requirement are fulfilled with crops. That the process is known as agriculture. We eat breakfast, lunch and dinner. They all having plants, vegetables, cereal, pulses and oil. So the top crops. Crops are very important. They supply food to nation. Without any food, no energy within us. We cannot do any work. So crops are very important. Next, all living organisms need food. Plants can make their own food. That and all we know. That the process called photosynthesis. So that we'll discuss later. And animals and humans cannot make their own food. We depend on others. Okay? We depend on other animals and humans depend on plants and animals, etc. But plants can make their own food. Next, what is energy? Energy from the food is utilized by ourselves. That means energy from the food is utilized by organisms for carrying out various body functions such as digestion, respiration, excretion. We get food from plants, animals or both, as you already know. And food has been produced on a large scale. And in order to provide food for a large population, regular production, proper management is of course necessary. Okay, next. Okay, what is agriculture? In 10,000 BC, people were nomadic. What is nomadic? They were wandering here and there, shifted to many places. They are not settled in one place. They are gathering. They are collecting many items in many places in search of food and shelter. Next, they eat raw food items and sometimes hunting animals for food. But in some extreme conditions, they are not able to collect food. Later, they start to cultivate rice, wheat and other food crops. Thus was born agriculture. Next, what is crop? Where plants of the same kind are cultivated at one place on a large scale is called crop. If one field full of crop, that field all the crops are wheat. Crop of corn, all are corn. So they are cultivated same kind of seeds. That's known as crop. Crop are of different types. Cereal, vegetables, fruits. Depends upon the season. You know, our country is a vast country. So climate regions vary from one place to another. To that depend upon their season, crops grow in different kinds and in different parts of our country. According to the two broad cropping patterns can be identified. One is Kharif, another one is Rabi. What all comes under crops? As you already know, fruits, vegetables, cereals, pulses and oil. These are all come under crops. Crops are grown in different temperature like rainfall, temperature, humidity. According to that, Kharif crops. This crop's suitable month is June to September. Paddy, maize, groundnut. Rainy season is suitable for this crop. And for winter season, it's Rabi crops. Month is October to March. Mustard, gram, wheat, pea is available crop in the winter season. Next. It's very important practices of crop production. Preparation of soil. When we grow crop in the soil, so soil is to be set ready, right? Soil is play the main important role in crop production. This is the first and most important practice of agriculture. Next, sowing. Sowing the seed in the soil. That means planting the seeds with the help of tractor or manual. Sowing the seeds in a proper way. It's very important. Choose the best seed is also a very important method in those practices. Next, adding manure and fertilizer. Soil is losing their nutrient. The same soil is using number of years by the farmers. So, to keep the soil healthy, it's necessary to add some manure and fertilizer. Next, irrigation. Irrigation is one of the very important method in this practice because proper supply of water to the seed is very, very important. Then only seed grows well in that field. Okay. Next, protection from weeds. The unwanted plant. What is weeds? The unwanted plant called weeds. It is to be removed. Therefore, it disturbs the main crop. So, weeds to be cut. And then comes to harvesting and storage. Crop has to be harvested. And harvesting crops to be properly stored is very, very important. Okay. Let's see each thing in detail. Preparation of soil. See, the soil has to be loosened and moisture and it has to keep ready to sow the seeds because the same soil used for number of years. That's why this is the first and most important step in agriculture practice. Loosen the soil makes plant breathe easily and easily penetrative the roots into the soil. Okay, more moisture, the roots will be easily penetrated to the soil. Most important, air entering to the soil. More moisture is entering, more humidity is entering. When the soil become looser, microbes, important one is this. Microbes will grow like earthworm, which are called farmers friendly. This is the first step and very important step too. The process of losing soil and turning the soil is called tilling or ploughing. Okay. The ploughing is used by wood. The ploughing is used by plough, which is made of wood or iron. Okay. Hoe. It is also used for removing weeds and loosening the soil. It helps in loosen the soil. Sowing. Planting the seeds or sowing the seeds with the help of tractor or manual. The process is very important in crop production. Farmers has to be select the healthier seeds. This is the second practice. Okay, in sowing the farmers choose the healthier seeds. This is the second practice. We use traditional tool and seed drill for sowing the seeds in the field. Next, adding manure and fertilizer. The substances which are added to the soil in the form of nutrients for the healthy growth of plants. Continuously cultivating of crops makes the soil weak in nutrients. So same soil is used a number of years, so the soil get weak. Therefore, farmers add manures to the fields to replenish the soil with nutrients. This process is called manuring. Manure is an organic substance which is from decomposition of animal and plant waste. Fertilizer is our chemicals and which are rich in particular nutrient produced in factories. Farmers using fertilizers are superphosphate, urea, NPK, that is nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and ammonium sulfate. These four are farmers using fertilizers. And another form of replenishing the oil is crop rotation. What is crop rotation? The farmers first use leguminous plant to crop. It contains root nodules in the root which contains bacteria, that is rhizobium. The rhizobium helps in adding nitrogen salts to the soil. When the legumes are grown, large number of nitrogen salts fixed to the soil. Next time, farmers don't use legumes, they will use paddy or anything. They use nitrogen salts to grow. Again, they use legumes. This is known as crop rotation. Okay? What is the difference between fertilizer and manure? Okay? What is the difference between fertilizer and manure? Fertilizer is produced in factories, so it is man-made inorganic salt. And manure is prepared in fields, so it's decomposing material. And fertilizer does not provide any humus to the soil, but manure provides humus to the soil. And rich in plant nutrient like fertilizer is rich in plant nutrients like APK. And manure is low in plant nutrient. Okay, what we saw in today's class: food is essential, and what is energy, and production of crop, and what are the practices used in crops, and what is agriculture, and preparation of soil, and 2 types of crops can be identified, and what are crops, and basic practices of crop production, and what is preparation of soil. And we saw sowing, and then manure and fertilizer. Okay, let's see the remaining portion in next class. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.